how many of you out there are intrigued by the topic of hypnosis? If that's you, raise your hand. How many of you guys, oh yeah, it's me too. It's totally me too. Although, I don't know about this one. How many of you guys would let someone else hypnotize you? You would. I'm a little more guarded on that one. I would let you hypnotize me, Randy, but definitely not someone on the Vegas stage. I have to say, I would kind of be like, nope, you can't hypnotize me. How many of you guys realize how often you're actually going into self-hypnosis and how easy it is to allow yourself to be programmed? Because truthfully, every time we're watching TV, we're going into that state of being programmed. I'm so excited to bring forward some more understanding about how our brain works with my friend and certified hypnotherapist guest today, Randi Light. Of course, this is an encore production of Lightworkers Connect with Randi Light, as we did a show a couple of months ago, and the energy was just so intense that the interference got to the point where we really couldn't continue. So I've really started to develop an affection for my friend Randi as we are just meeting through this process of becoming Lightworkers and talking about how we use energy on this planet. And I'm just really fond of her. I love how I become friends with people that I network with and meet. And it's so good to reconnect with you. So fun to do a show with you. I'm so happy to have you back, my friend. Welcome to the show, Randi Light.
Thank you. And my dog just came in at the same time, so perfect. Go ahead and have a seat, Artie. Hi, everybody. Welcome and thanks for joining us.
Nice. I love it when the animals come in and really start responding to the energy. I'm going to invite all of you guys who are joining us right now live to share this out, share this to groups, share this to friends. This is a really powerful experience that we're going to go through today because Randy's going to not only educate us a little bit about how hypnosis works, why it's important, how we can use it, all of that kind of good stuff. But we're actually going to go through a process of self-hypnosis. And this is a really, really powerful way that we can make shifts and changes in our life. So I'm excited to share the experience with you. And I'm going to invite you to invite others in your life to share in this experience as well. Because this is a true gift coming from Randi and myself in this space today, as so many of the processes that you guys are receiving here when you tune in to shows at the Akashic Academy Facebook page at our network here. So I just really want to invite you to share, take advantage of this. This is like free growth, learning, expansion time. And I'm excited to rock and roll. So Randi, share with us, first of all, how did you get excited about the brain, learning how it worked, becoming a hypnotherapist? Like, was this something that you always were fascinated with as a child, or did you have like an experience later on that moved you in that direction? Tell us a little bit more about like just you.
Well, it's such a great question because I was a massage therapist. I mean, I've always been in the healing arts, or it seems like it, since I was actually when I was about 22, I took a class, and it was a chakra healing class. And it was fascinating because back then, so that was a while ago, they taught you to actually suck out the sickness. So nowadays we know not to do that. But back then, so I was practicing on one of my friends, and we got to her solar plexus, and I felt this blast of energy go into my hand. And And I thought that was the coolest thing. I felt a physical thing, an energetic physical thing, but then I was sick for 24 hours. So that was it. I'm done. And I eventually, though, became an environmental educator. So I have a master's in environmental education. So I was teaching people to love and care for Mother Earth. And then, I worked with a medicine man. And so I always did healing work as my volunteer work. But as my paid work, I was an environmental educator. So they were similar because everything I wanted to help heal the planet. And
yes.
I did it in different ways. And so then I became a massage therapist. I seemed to have a gift, and I just started massaging people. But that, because I had been a gymnast, it hurt me. And so I needed another way of helping people heal that didn't use my body. And I saw this advertisement in this magazine about hypnosis.
Mm-hmm.
I could go to this guy for about the same amount for a session as I could go to for an introductory 2 12-hour days.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I decided to go to the to 2 12-hour days, and I did not even know the benefits of hypnosis at the time. I didn't even think it was real. I didn't, even though I took the class and was curious, it was just like being guided. But what it did remind me of is that when I was like in 8th grade, oh my God, I used to hypnotize people. It would crack me up. I'm like, what the? So that was real. I forgot all about that. So maybe there was a little something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How did you do it? Did you give him the old like follow my watch?
I don't know where we came up with this, but I don't know. When we were little, we used to do this thing on your arm, and I don't know if you can see my arm, and
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
you'd get to hear or something.
Mhm.
And so that's all I remember is we'd do something, and then by the time you got to hear, you'd be asleep, you know, or you hypnotized or whatever it is. And so that's all I kind of remember is being on the bus and for camp and doing that. And that was so fascinating to think about, that I actually hypnotized people. But the first time, so then I actually was the first student in the state in 10 years to get, this was 10 years ago, but I was the first student in the state to get trained as a hypnotist because there were all these weird laws in Indiana.
Mhm.
First time my teacher was guiding me into hypnosis. Once again, I didn't even believe I was in hypnosis. But I had chronic neck pain for
Mhm.
months, and it was really, really aggravated, and my teacher had no idea. But he just said, imagine a soothing, relaxing energy. And I'm like, well, I'm going to bathe that healing light on my neck. And all I know is the next morning I woke up for the first time in 10 months without having any pain. Didn't notice, but the next day I did. And so my chronic neck pain of 10 months went away. And I went to the chiropractor to check on my hip because my hip still hurt. I didn't bathe that healing light on my hip about a week later. And C1 in my neck was not out for the first time in 10 months. It was fascinating.
My favorite thing about what you just said was that you didn't even know it was happening. So that's a characteristic, guys. We're beginning to put together the pieces here. Are you putting together the pieces with me? You can be hypnotized. You may have even hypnotized yourself before and didn't even realize that it was happening to you. So if the effects of it can be that profound and we can actually create an environment where we can experience that, why not learn how to program ourselves a little more with this powerful energy? I love the story that you just remembered about being able to hypnotize people, like you said, like that, and then fall out. That totally is like the hypnotizing Vegas act that you were doing there as a kid. I love that. And I love it. I love when we begin to examine ourselves kind of from that higher perspective. We begin to see little traits that were coming out along the way as we were developing humans as to what our interests would be, what our gifts and skills and abilities would be. So, Randi, tell us more about what actually is hypnosis and what's the benefit of using it.
Hypnosis, first of all, is a normal, natural, common, everyday occurrence, kind of like what you've been talking about. It's a focused state of awareness, a focused state of concentration, and you're more open and receptive when you're in hypnosis. And it's a brainwave state. Your brainwaves slow down from the active thinking beta, is what it's called, into alpha, and alpha is the zone where athletes perform their very best. Alpha is a light state of hypnosis or a light state of meditation. So I like to think of hypnosis as meditation with a goal, with a purpose.
Mm.
The difference really in a lot of ways between hypnosis and meditation is that, like, as a hypnotist, I want to make sure you're going to have a good experience. So I'm actually going to guide you into alpha and theta, which is, I'll explain in a minute, but I'm going to guide you into hypnosis. I'm going to guide you into the focused and relaxed state and make sure that you get there. And then I'm going to deliver suggestions and do different techniques while you're there. So the benefits are countless, but I'll get into that in just a minute. Just like you said, the research says that 2/3 of the time that we're watching TV or a movie, our brainwaves are cycling in alpha. 2/3 of the time we are in hypnosis. And when we're driving the same way that we drive every day, and the next thing you know, we end up in our driveway, our subconscious drove us home. We don't even remember getting home And we call that highway hypnosis. And hypnosis is a way of programming and reprogramming your subconscious mind, because it's a bridge or a doorway to your subconscious. So everyone who's listening right now, including you, are using their conscious analytical minds. Analyzing, compartmentalizing, can accept or reject what I'm saying. But the subconscious is the really, really superpower. The subconscious, 95% of our behaviors are subconscious. And we are programming our subconscious. I mean, hypnosis is just one way of programming our subconscious. But your subconscious runs all your bodily functions. It processes 400 million bits of information in 1 second, every second, right? You don't have to tell your heart to beat. You don't have to tell your immune system to do anything. But the other really, really important, amazing thing about your subconscious is it literally has stored every single thing that's ever happened to you. Ever. Even when you were in your mother's womb. But here's the thing. The memories get stored there from the perspective of the age that you are when the event takes place.
Yes.
So a 4-year-old's version of the world is very different than a 10, 20, or 40-year-old.
Yes.
Your parents took your siblings or your cousins somewhere and they didn't take you. You draw a conclusion right there that there's something wrong with you. You're not good enough. You're not loved enough. You're not strong enough, whatever it is. They love them more. And that literally forms a belief, a program in your subconscious mind, which can be, we add to that conditioning, if you will. We add to that programming with our own thoughts, our 60,000 thoughts and other events. But we can actually be fine for quite some time until something turns on that unresolved childhood issue. Getting programmed all the time. We are programming ourselves all the time, whether you actually are guided into hypnosis by a hypnotherapist or you're just using your 60,000 thoughts, whatever you keep saying, right? Whatever you keep saying over and over, whether it's out loud or to yourself, you are programming yourself either for success or failure or confusion or whatever it is. And so, so hypnosis is just one way of programming. And hypnosis is a great way of programming because the research also says that a suggestion given in a hypnotic state, even one time, can have the same effect as long-term conditioning and practice. One time. So that's a powerful and bold statement. But when your brainwaves slow down from beta down into alpha, you're more open and receptive, right? And then, but if you continue to slow down your brainwaves, they go into theta, which is just a deeper state of hypnosis or a deeper state. And then if you continue to slow down your brainwaves, you actually go to sleep. You go into delta. So there's another time you go into hypnosis when you're going to sleep and when you wake up in the morning. So it's such a common thing. But when you get hypnotized, whether you do self-hypnosis or hypnotized by somebody else, you can really make positive changes emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. Every which way. Sexually, too.
I love it. I take this approach to shifting anything and everything in my life that needs shifting from the more quantum realms, the realm of examining, okay, what's showing up in my life right now that I don't want. That tells you where your subconscious mind is screwing you out of what it is that you want to create. It's right there for you in front of the big picture of your life. Yes. The big old canvas there called your life. You figure out what it is. And then there are many ways that we can go about bringing different energy frequencies of shifting and healing. Hypnosis is one. I love this. Randy's going to take us through a process today that will have some benefit to releasing. I don't exactly know. You're going to explain to us what it is that how we're going to use this, but it's going to be for our highest good, because that's what's going on here on the planet right now. We are growing, expanding. We're learning about our multidimensional skills and abilities, our ability to self-hypnotize and to change our world as a result. And this is a process of the evolution that is happening on the planet right now, with understanding more about light work, with sharing more about this. So I just really want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being open to this process. Thank you for sharing this information, because this, as of right now, you got to dig around a little bit for this information. It's not necessarily mainstream, but it is incredibly powerful as we begin to learn and understand and experience the dynamic connection between our quantum world, our subconscious mind, our emotions, our thoughts, our reality that we're experiencing, and how we can make those shifts. So I'm super stoked to do this process with you. I just wanted to comment on one more thing that you said that I really, really loved when you were talking before. It was one of those moments that I lit up. And you were talking about how we store information in our subconscious mind from our experiences, from the age that we experience that. So from the perspective that we were taking on at that particular time in our life, which is really, really interesting. And the reason I find it so interesting is because one of the things that I teach my students, which why the Akashic Records is so powerful, is because the Akashic Records stores in from every bit of information like the subconscious mind, but the difference is it's not storing it from that perspective of the kid, the 4-year-old who experienced it, or the brokenhearted teenager who experienced it, or the vulnerable, I don't know, maybe you lost your job, or maybe your boyfriend, I don't know what's going on. Whatever you were, it's the storage of that in your subconscious is tainted by that experience. Where the Akashic Records, dude, peace, love, and joy, unconditional love, no judgment. So the perspective is quite different from how our subconscious mind works, which is why it's so powerful. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit of information from my area of Akashic Record expertise land. And now I'm excited to be the student and learn and turn it over to you to take us through this process of learning more about how to use hypnosis.
Well, let me also talk a little bit about the benefits of hypnosis.
Okay, yes, let's do that.
And also, if I encourage anybody that's listening, if there's something that you want me to say while I take you into hypnosis, an intention that you have, write a couple of words if you want more confidence, if you want to melt the stress out of your body, if you just want more joy, whatever it is, if you put that in the comments, then I can add that during the closed eye process.
Okay.
But the benefits of hypnosis are really, truly unlimited. And actually, I just also have to say that I love that differentiation that you shared about the Akashic Records and the subconscious, because that's really cool. It makes it a lot easier if you go into the Akashic Records to not be caught into your own experience, and you can probably heal it in a different way. So thank you for sharing that. But truly the benefits are unlimited, because literally when you go into hypnosis, it can melt. Just going into this state of alpha and theta can melt the cortisol, the stress hormone, out of your body and reset your systems. Just going into the state. Meditation, self-hypnosis. So there's so many benefits. It improves the immune system just going into the state. But then, as one of my friends, mentors always says, never waste a good induction. So we have these things called an instant induction. So even if you spend 1 minute doing a demonstration, you always deliver positive suggestions, because you've got them in hypnosis. It goes right through to the subconscious and can form a program there to help you be a better version of yourself, which is what I do for a living. I'm a peak performance coach, so I help people become a better version of themselves, personally and professionally. So it can be used. I really do specialize in peak performance, but really how to get to that place is to release whatever's in your way, limiting beliefs that we stored and made up, or are actually other people put into our life, right? And it's because so many people these days seem to have a lot of feelings of anxiety and depression. Well, I have over a 90% success rate with all of those things, and insomnia, and even chronic pain. And they're actually all tied together, because anxiety and depression and insomnia are all very connected. And if you have any kind of chronic physical pain, there's an emotional component. And when you do the process that I've put together, of the Essential Four, the 4 sessions, you get from where you are to where you want to be. You get out of your own way, whether it's anxiety, depression, anything, fears, people who are stuck, whatever what you were just talking about, all that stuff. It's so much faster and easier with.
Yes. Yeah, I love the speed at which we can accomplish these things when we bring our awareness and our attention to working the energies this way. Now, Randi, you have got a lot of people coming in, sharing what it is that how they want to hold intentions for themselves in terms of receiving this energy. I can go through and put these comments again on the screen as we start through the process, or I can read them now to you, and we can just create the space for all of these to be fulfilled for the good of everyone here. So not only are you receiving individually what you need, but it's also available to the rest of the group. Does that make sense?
Yes, and go ahead and just say some. I'm going to write them down real quick. So
Lay them on you. Okay. Releasing PTSD.
Okay.
Requesting peaceful sleep. We have requests for inspiration, for abundance, prosperity, creativity. Melting the stress away. Creating money, good health. Ooh, focus. That's a good one.
We know where you are.
Cure my depression and anxiety. Oh, here's Caitlin. Caitlin shared, this is reminding me of EMDR therapy. It's like a brain hack. Cool. Thanks, Caitlin.
Yeah. All right.
We're brain hacking. Speaking of hacking, let me go ahead and just plug Jack Coleman later on. That was a nice segue. Jack Coleman is our resident life hacker around here at the Akashic Academy. So on our network, our Facebook page, we have weekly programs here for you guys. We have Robin McClendon coming up today, who is an awesome artist and speaker and inspirational spiritual shifter and teacher. And then we have Cutie Patootie Jack Coleman as well. Sorry, I called you Cutie Patootie on air, Jack. But you are, and your perspective is cool, and you really open up insights. And so Jack's show is life hacking, and that's Life Hackers. It's coming up a little later today, too. So you guys got all kinds of time to hang out here with us at the Akashic Academy. Okay, here's one more I'm going to give us, because this one's really good, and then we're going to rock and roll into the session. Give me a happy brain. Boom.
Give me a happy brain. That's interesting. Right. You want to give yourself a happy brain. And there are a couple things that I would love to say at this moment. And one of the things is everything that I just wrote down that all of you have been saying that you want. One of the key things that if you were to work with me privately, I have everybody sign an agreement to stop self-criticism and become their own best friend. To down on yourself, because we all need our best friend. We all need to be there for ourselves, and we're not. Yeah. So that is the one that right now is a tool in or out of hypnosis that you want to start doing, because you're programming yourself. If you call yourself stupid, your subconscious is listening. So don't do that anymore. Stop being mean to yourself, and I'll delete that suggestion while you're in hypnosis too. The other thing is, this is a closed eye process, and obviously this is an introduction. And this, you can really have a good experience as long as you trust that however you're doing it is fine, is right, is good enough. Because some people are visual, and it's going to be like a movie, but for the rest of us, it's not at all. You might just kind of see things. It might just kind of be there. The point is you need to be okay with how you are experiencing it. Some people are actually auditory. So if I were to ask you to imagine yourself at the beach, some of you are going to see the sun. Some of you are going to hear the water. Some of you are not. And some of you are going to be able to feel the sun and the warm sand. Some are going to be able to smell or taste. The key, like I'm going to repeat again because that gets into your subconscious, is to be okay with however you're imagining, because however you're imagining it is good enough. And when that conscious mind pops in, how will you know? Because you'll sit there and you'll go, am I doing this right? Is this working? And as soon as you notice that, you literally tell that conscious mind to go sit down, and you come back and focus on my voice and what you're doing. You're just allowing me to guide you into a focused and relaxed state where you're more open and receptive, where I can deliver suggestions so you can feel a little bit better or a lot better. But you want to, so some of these things, some of you are going to grab on, and others you're going to need to work with a hypnotist privately. I mean, you can work with me or someone in your area. I do online things too. But let's get you started, because this is a common, natural, everyday occurrence. But if you just trust that you're doing it right and allow me to guide you, and however you're imagining it is fine. If your mind wanders, as soon as you notice it, you bring it back to my voice. I'm going to guide you into this state, and I'm going to do some things with you. So just go with it. A lot of people, it can be emotional, like even in a positive way, and experiencing more joy. So we're going to activate some of that. But it's a closed eye process. You obviously want to be like sitting back or laying down. It's fine to be comfortable. So I'm fine with people laying down when I guide you into hypnosis. And look at Emily's already ready.
I'm ready to get some right here.
Yeah, so go ahead and get comfortable right now. You know, lean back. You know, if you have a special chair like I do, you can lean back. You can lay down on the floor, or you can just sit up, straight up, and that's fine. Either way, just get comfortable and go ahead and close your eyes. And the next breath in, take a deep breath in and fill up your belly, and then hold your breath in for as long as you comfortably can. And then look up at your third eye, above your eyebrows, connecting with your higher self and your intuition. And then lower your eyeballs and literally tell yourself to relax and feel yourself relax as you imagine a sound wave flowing through you from the top of your head, through your body to your toes. And we're going to do this deep breathing a couple more times. So next breath in, hold your breath in for as long as you comfortably can. Look up again at that third eye, connecting with your higher self and your intuition. Then go ahead and lower your eyeballs and see and hear and feel a healing sound wave flow through you from the top of your head, through your body, all the way to your toes. So let's do that one more time. Deep belly breath in, holding your breath in. Looking up at your third eye, connecting again with your higher self, your intuition. Then you lower your eyeballs, feel yourself relax and let go and drift down deep inside to that place inside you where things change, where things heal, and where insight lives. So just allow my voice to guide you and any sounds you hear to relax you deeper and fade away so that you can focus and concentrate on what you're doing and the sound of my voice. You right now could go ahead and picture a set of stairs that leads you down to your peaceful place. Sometimes I like to call it your superpowers place. Your mind is the creative mind. You might want to call it your peaceful place. You might want to call it your superpowers place, serenity spot, sacred place, sacred space. It's your creative mind. However you imagine this is right for you. Become aware of what your stairs are made of. I know I love to have hearts and crystals on my stairs. Yours can be anything. And just know that every step you go down is going to double that relaxation, so that by the time you reach your peaceful place, you are and you feel 20 times more relaxed and 20 times more focused. So engage all your senses and imagine that peaceful place down below with water, perhaps a radiant sun, could be on top of a mountain, by a waterfall, inside, outside. So go ahead and picture yourself. Just imagine yourself taking a step down from 10 down to 9 and just relax. And then step down from 9 down to 8 and just go even deeper. 7, double that relaxation. And then step down to 6. And then engage all your senses and see and hear and feel yourself drift down to 5. Step down to 4 and let go even more. And then feel yourself relax and let go and drift down to 3. You're almost there. You're almost at your peaceful place. 2, double that relaxation. In a moment, I'll say the final number. I'll snap my fingers and you arrive and you immerse yourself in your peaceful place. So with that final count of 1, step down now and immerse yourself in your superpowers place. Notice what the ground or floor is made of, the plants or animals that are there to welcome you and greet you. Go ahead and find a place for you to sit or lay or float and relax even deeper. Now allow every single suggestion that I say for your highest good to flow deep into your mind and make a deep, lasting impression, so that from now on, from this moment forward, you are and you feel so much more calm, so much more confident, and so much more in control. In control of your thoughts, in control of your feelings, in control of your actions and your reactions. Completely immerse yourself in that beautiful, peaceful place. And to amplify and create an even deeper, more wonderful feeling, begin to do what's called heart breathing, to activate your heart's intelligence and balance both your nervous systems. So go ahead, next breath in, take a deep breath in, and imagine you're breathing in your heart. And when you breathe out, imagine you're breathing out through your heart. Just focus your breathing on your heart. And the next time you breathe in, imagine you're breathing in through your heart. And when you breathe out, imagine you're breathing out through your heart. Focus your breathing on your heart, and then imagine that you're breathing in love, unconditional love, universal love. Imagine you're breathing in love and out love. So love is in you and around you. Keep focusing that breathing on your heart, and imagine you're breathing in the colors, sounds, and feelings of love. And to amplify the feeling even more, invite your heart to open, and then see and hear and feel it opening. Maybe like a rosebud opening to a magnificent purple rose, or like a door opening, tunnel flowing, or vortex spinning. And then really breathe in that love, unconditional love, universal love. And to amplify that feeling even more and to connect us all, choose a memory where you felt a high vibration feeling. It could be love, joy, appreciation. It could have been yesterday or many years ago, a moment where you felt very loving or very loved, or both. It could have been petting an animal, dancing, being held, holding someone. So you're going to time travel back to that memory to feel it, to relive it, so you can connect with that state, that vibration, and breathe it into your heart and cells and feel that great feeling and your real self. So I'm going to count backwards, allow each number to relax you and deepen you. When I snap my fingers, you be back in that loving, profound scene. With the count of 3, going back in time, 2, all the way back to that loving or joyful or appreciation memory. 1, be in the scene now. And then rewind it and replay it. See, hear, and feel the wonderful feelings. Hear the sounds, see the images, feel that love. Keep rewinding it and replaying it and feel that wonderful feeling and breathe it into your heart, breathe it into your cells. This loving feeling is the real you. Love, unconditional love, universal love. Breathe it into your heart, breathe it into your cells, and make a promise to become your own BFF, to have your back, to be there for yourself, and stop that old pattern of criticizing yourself so you can be your best version of yourself. Breathe in that love. And now all our hearts are in coherence together. Our hearts are together, cycling together, and so are our brains, which means we have more energy and more power to create whatever we want for ourselves and humanity. Right now, with this high vibration feeling, it is time for you to set an intention of how you want to feel in the positive. So instead of staying stress-free, you want to feel calm and confident. You want more creativity. Whatever it is you said earlier, make a clear intention of something you want to have, be, feel, achieve, learn, or experience. So do that now. That intention in your mind. And then you're actually going to take a moment to mentally rehearse it as if it already exists. When you mentally rehearse in a high vibration state and you hold the thought for 17 seconds, it's like making a phone call to the quantum field. Feel what it sounds like, hear what you look like when you are peaceful, when you're sleeping great. Picture yourself sleeping wonderfully through the night as a result of this. See what you look like, hear what you feel like when you're more creative, when you have a natural ability to focus, where you are calm and confident because you focus on what you want. Your brain is getting happier and happier. See how you show up when you're happy, when you sleep great, when you are naturally inspired in spirit. So visualize and materialize as you are in that attitude of gratitude. From now on, from this moment forward, picture yourself being done with this, having this wonderful feeling of well-being. Having this feeling stay with you, and picture yourself falling asleep tonight. Imagine yourself falling asleep easily and quickly and sleeping wonderfully through the night. And imagine yourself waking up in the morning absolutely refreshed and alert and ready to start your day in a whole new way, where you are more inspired because you set an intention, because you heart breathe, because you believe in yourself. You are filled with abundance. You are allowing abundance, just like you're allowing love, so that you are experiencing deeper and deeper levels of abundance of health, wealth, wisdom, and joy. As a result of this deep hypnotic rest, imagine that you feel more and more abundant. You are more and more abundant. You are attracting health, wealth, wisdom, and joy consistently. You're more creative. You're more inspired. You're naturally more focused. You just set your intention. You heart breathe. You are your best version of yourself. You're happy. You feel better. You focus on the future and the present. You leave the past behind. Just let it go now. And take a moment, because this is Lightworkers, to imagine that we are all gathered around the earth, holding hands, millions of us, seeing the world, not just us, but see the world the way we want it. Not the way we fear it's going, but see us happy, elephants happy, places safe. The earth and us are one, loving. That heart energy is in the earth and it's coming back to you, helping you feel great. And once you've done that, remember this: to heal humanity and move humanity forward, and it begins with you, and then all of us together. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. When I get to 5, I'll snap my fingers, and you will come out of this wonderful, wonderful feeling with this wonderful, wonderful feeling. You get to keep this wonderful feeling. You're just going to come into a more upbeat, energetic state. So starting with a count of 1, take a big, deep energy breath in. 2, speeding up with so much confidence, focus, and peace. 3, coming up even more, feeling absolutely energetic, fantastic. 4, speeding up even more, and with the count of 5 in the present, opening those eyes. Hi, everyone.
I realized about a minute ago, my conscious mind came back into it. I was like, oh shit, I have to talk again at the end of this interview. I'm like, gone. Oh, that was really fun. But it is a little bit difficult to formulate thoughts, but I thought you did a really good job of bringing us back with that speeding up, because you're making it easier for me to actually formulate sentences than I thought it would be from the other side that we were just on there. That was really fun and amazing. What did you guys think about that out there? So intensely relaxing. Hello. Got a little awesome sauce in the house. Yeah, that was really, really deep and intense for me too. And guys, I always set the intention to hold the space and also amplify the energy for you as a light worker here. So I hope that I was able to, because I experienced it so profoundly, because I experienced it so profoundly myself, it is my intention to hold open that portal in that space for you guys to experience it profoundly as well. Because I know we're all at different stages of learning about our multidimensional self and doing this kind of work. And I've been doing it for a little while. So it's my privilege to have been dabbling down this metaphysical rabbit hole for quite some time, to really expand you guys and hold that space open. And it's also my privilege to share with you my really cool friends who do stuff like this, like Randi Light. Randi, we're running over time a little bit, so I want to make sure we wrap it up and let people get over to Robin's show, because she does have a show that starts at 12:30. But I want everyone to know where they can come find you and how they can connect with you beyond this show.
A couple different ways. First, my name is Randi Light, and randylight.org. So RANDILIGHT. That's one way. You can go to my website, but you can contact me through Facebook. You can friend me, Randi Light, and like my business page, Enlightened Living with Randi Light. But message me, because I'll offer you a complimentary coaching call to help you break through, to get a little bit more out of your way and get to another level, because this is just the beginning. So if you want to work with me privately, that's an option, and we can talk about that. But I'm also offering a complimentary coaching call so that you can break through another level and be the light worker that we need you to be. So randylight.org, Enlightened Living with Randi Light on Facebook, as well as Randi Light. Get that complimentary coaching call, because it will really help you.
It's so generous of you. Thank you so much, my friend, not only for this beautiful session here live that we've done, but for offering the gift of that coaching call. Because mentorship as we move through this process is really important. And it's important to find, you know, kind of like what works for you, which is why we sample so many different kinds of energy healing here. And if Randi's has inspired you and you want to learn more, reach out and connect with her. If you have enjoyed hanging out here at the Akashic Academy, make sure you like this page, share this page out with your friends, because we're creating the space for you to come and learn and just have an access point to all different ways to heal yourself and make your life better, and make yourself a little bit wiser and kinder and more loving as well. All of that good stuff. Thank you guys for hanging out. Robin McClendon is on right now as well. Robin is awesome. So hang up here, go check out what's going on with Robin, and you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. We got lots going on the rest of the afternoon at the Academy, so keep hanging out. Bye.